Welcome to the crochet tutorial with Cozy Rosie UK. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this really sweet and easy leaf pattern. I've used it in my Mother's Day flower frame, and you can find all the details about this whole crochet pattern over on my blog. I will link that below for you. But today we're going to be focusing on making these really quick and easy leaves. Before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and of course hit the notification bell so that you never miss out on one of my crochet tutorials again. Let's get started making one of our little leaves. I'm going to be using a cotton blend, so it's 50% acrylic and 50% cotton. It is a DK weight yarn, and alongside that I'm going to be using my very old 4mm crochet hook. You're going to need a darning needle and of course some scissors as well. To get started, what we're going to do is first of all make a slip knot and pop that onto our crochet hook. And we are then going to make a chain of 12. So once your slip knot's on your hook, you simply bring the yarn over the hook and pull through 12 times. So that's 1 chain, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So with this pattern, we're going to first of all work down one side of the chain, and then we're going to come back and work along the other side. So for that reason, we're just going to work underneath one loop of our chain. So in the second chain from hook, remembering that this one doesn't count, we can't work into the first, we're aiming for this second chain here, we're going to start by placing a slip stitch. So insert your hook under one side of your chain, yarn over, bring your hook back through and then through the loop on your hook. So that was one slip stitch. We're going to do that across the next 3 stitches as well. That's number 2. Slip stitch again into the 3rd chain along and again into the 4th, and that creates the stem of the leaf. We're then going to place into the next chain along a double crochet or a single crochet in US terms. So we insert the hook again under just one loop of that chain. We're going to yarn over. We should have 2 loops on our hook, yarn over again and pull through both loops on your hook. Into the next chain, we're going to be placing a half treble crochet or a half double crochet in US terms. So again, yarn over the hook, and we are then going to insert under one side of the chain, yarn over the hook, bring that back through, and you should have 3 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Into the next chain, we're going to place a treble crochet. In US terms, that's a double crochet. So we yarn over the hook, insert into the chain, yarn over to bring a loop up, 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on our hook, and then yarn over to pull through the remaining 2 loops on our hook. And you can see what we're doing is adding the width to our leaf as we go along. So the next one that we're going to be doing is into the next chain and the chain after, we're going to place a double treble in UK terms or a treble crochet in US terms. So exactly the same as the previous stitch, but this time we're going to yarn over the hook twice. So we're starting with 3 loops on our hook before we insert our hook into the next chain. We yarn over, bring our loop back through, and we should have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, so you're left with 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops, and now we only have 2 loops left, so we're going to yarn over and pull through both of those. So that is a double treble or a treble crochet in US terms. And it's the same for any longer or taller stitch. You just wrap the hook around more times. So we're going to place another double treble or a treble crochet into the next chain. So wrap the yarn around the hook twice before inserting it into that next chain. Yarn over, bring a loop back through. You should have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through those first 2 loops. You're left with those 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. And then finally, we're going to yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops on our hook. Now that's the widest point of our leaf, so don't worry, we're not going to do any taller stitches than that. Into the next chain, we're going to place a treble crochet or a double crochet in US terms. So we yarn over, insert the hook, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2 loops. In that final chain here, we're going to place a half treble crochet or a half double in US terms. So we yarn over the hook, insert the hook into that final chain, yarn over, bring that loop back through. You should have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. So this completes the first side of our leaf. We're going to add a really nice point onto our leaf. So to do that, we're going to do a picot stitch. And to do that, from this point, we simply chain 3. So we yarn over the hook once, twice, 3 times. So we've got 1, 2, 3 chains. We're going to slip stitch back into this first chain that we made. So not into the stitch itself, but into that chain. Oops. And to slip stitch, we simply yarn over, pull through the first loop and straight through the loop on our hook. And that creates our point. So now that we've reached the very end of our leaf, we're going to work back down the chain in the opposite direction. So we're almost turning and working down the other side. You can see where you've got your original slip knot there that we started with. And in that same space where this stitch is, we're going to work the half treble crochet. So you can pull your tail yarn out and you can see that hole that we're going to work into. So yarn over the hook, insert the hook into that same chain that you worked into previously, yarn over, oops, bring a loop up. You should have your 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. Now I'm holding my tail yarn against my work as I work back down because it will save me having to weave it in at the end. If you can't do that, don't worry, you'll just have to weave that tail in as we finish. So now that we've placed that stitch, we're going to work into the next one, which is going to be here. So we're going to place directly opposite the other stitch, we're going to place a treble crochet or a double crochet in US terms. So we're replicating the same stitches we did on top of each other all the way back down. So you can see that actually that is right above that stitch there. So we're going to place a treble crochet into the next stitch. And again, I've got my tail yarn, I'm just holding that over so I'm working over that as well. So yarn over, bring that loop up so you've got those 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. We've reached those double trebles or the treble crochet in US terms. You can see just the other side of that chain is just there. So we're going to yarn over twice and then directly opposite this post here, we're going to insert the hook under the chain. Hold your tail against it if you can. Yarn over to bring your loop up and you should have 4 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops without catching your yarn like I've just done. Just going to start that stitch again. So I'm going to yarn over twice. I'm still working on that first double treble. Don't worry if you've gone ahead of me. So we have those 4 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through those first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over and pull through the last 2. We're going to place the same stitch, so another double treble or a treble crochet into the next chain there, directly above where this post is. You see it come out the other side. Again, I'm still holding my tail. Yarn over to bring that loop up, so we should have those 4 on our hook. Yarn over, pull through those first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, and of course yarn over and pull through the last 2. I'm going to move my tail out of the way now. So after we've done the double treble crochet or the treble crochet, we're going to place a treble crochet or a double crochet into the next space above this stitch here. Go into the chain, yarn over, bring a loop up, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. Into the next chain, we're placing a half treble crochet or a half double crochet in US terms. So 3 loops and pull through all 3. And we've got, remember all that time ago we did the double crochet? We're going to place a double or a single crochet in US terms into that stitch there, chain there. And then to finish the leaf, we're not going to slip stitch the whole way down. We're going to slip stitch here and fasten off. So into that corner there, yarn over, pull through, and straight through the loop on your hook. Just going to do a little chain 1 just to secure that, and then I'm going to grab my scissors and somehow guide my, there we are, just snip that off, and then you can just draw that through with your crochet hook. And there we have our completed leaf, although we have to deal with our ends. So if you were able to carry your tail along a few stitches, you can simply just snip that one off and get rid of it. And then with this one, we're going to have to sew that one in or weave it in so we don't see it. So looking from the other side, I am just going to bring it through and back out again just to neaten that up there. And then weaving it into the wrong side of the project. I'm just going to go under a few stitches here. Under a few stitches there, and then a bit further up, and I'll come back on myself. Just so that's buried in a little bit there, and then I'm just going to snip that off, and there we have a little leaf. You can make as many of these as you need to, but they really are very quick and easy to make. I really hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today, and of course don't forget to go and check out the post on my blog about the Mother's Day flower frame, where you can find all the details about the other corresponding patterns to complete that. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've hit that subscribe button so that you never miss out on another one of my crochet tutorials again.